Now it's time for Ag on 8, where we share ag news impacting you. Well, starting off, check out this scene. In the last week, a livestock trailer tipped over on Interstate 280. Now, this is just north of the Rockingham Road exit, and one of 3 cows inside managed to get away. But after roaming free, it was recovered and put back into a new trailer with no injuries. No word on what caused that trailer to trip over, but it sounds like they needed to call the cattle catcher. Well, the U.S. Department of Agriculture is opening another sterile fly factory, and this time it's in Mexico. Now, back in June, we shared with you that the department introduced a plan to fight a flesh-eating pest that's found near the U.S.-Mexico border. It's right there on your screen. Now, this pest is called New World screwworm, and it's devastating to livestock and can be harmful to humans. The factory in Mexico will produce sterile flies, which will then mate with existing ones. The USDA is also building a factory in Texas, and right now the USDA is releasing 100 million sterile flies a week in Mexico. Well, after the over 40-day government shutdown, the USDA is now releasing reports that were on hold. That includes the latest World Agriculture Supply and Demand estimates, or the WASDE report. Well, U.S. corn production is forecast down. That's due to lower yields. And soybean production is also lower because of those lower yields. Exports are down because of lower supplies and higher exports from Brazil and Argentina.
Let's do it, Kinley.
Well, look at her go. That's Kinley Northrup, a 16-year-old student at Pleasant Valley High School. Now, at the beginning of November, the Hanging on Tight Rodeo Tour wrapped up in Gifford, Illinois, and that event runs for over 30 nights across Illinois, Iowa, and Missouri. Well, get this, Kinley was named one of the winners, and she joined me in studio, and she brought with her not 1, but 10 belt buckles. She shares what it took to be named the Hanging on Tight Rodeo Tour Finals Youth Barrels Champion. Kinley, congratulations. I'm so glad you could be here. First, for those that don't know what a rodeo tour is, what are you doing at these events?
It's just early mornings and late nights of getting up, taking care of the horses, and you run and rodeo all day and turn around and have fun with your friends, go to bed, wake up and do it again. So, I mean, it's just a big, fun day of pleasing a crowd and just going out there and doing your best.
Doing your best, and you did your best just a couple weeks ago. You actually clinched your title early, a whole day early. Was that expected, or was there a comeback from earlier?
I was a little nervous, but the second day I think I had the most pressure, but as soon as I came back and they announced my time, I kind of knew that I had it. And it was pretty nerve-wracking, but it was really exciting.
And we just had a video up there of some barrel racing. Tell me, for those that don't know about barrel racing, what are you doing? What are you trying to accomplish?
You just don't knock it down. It's a lot of teamwork. I mean, practice and getting your horse in the right spot and making sure that you just get around it and make a clean, fast run. And I mean, your biggest competitor is the clock and just doing your best.
And you talked about your team, you and your horse. Yeah. Does your horse have a name? How long have you guys been working together?
Yeah, her name is Jo. Her registered name is Who's Shinin' Now. I got her when I was in, I believe, 8th grade. So this is our 4th or 5th year together. She's 20, and she kicks it out of the park every time, and I'm just so proud of her.
And you're actually training another horse too, aren't you?
Yes, I have a 4-year-old named Benson, and his registered name is Cats Rockin' Fame. He's a little fireball. I think he's gonna do really good.
That's so exciting. How did you get into barrel racing in the first place, you know, living near the Quad Cities?
Yeah, we went to a zoo, and I rode one of those like ponies on like a little merry-go-round type thing, and I just wouldn't get off, and my mom put me in lessons, and I kind of bounced around from like reining to English to barrel racing, and as soon as I was introduced to rodeo, I just never stopped, and it was just like the biggest joy of my life.
And what's your favorite part of it?
I think hearing the clock, and I mean, like, beating my competitors is like just a feeling that I wish everybody could understand. Like, it's just so, it's amazing.
Well, now we're going to talk about these belt buckles, because you got 2, these are both from this year, I know. Maybe you've even gotten more, but you have 10 here.
Yeah.
What are we looking at?
So I have them kind of organized from like my first to my last. This one was my very first, going all the way down. These ones down here from like little britches, which I did for a while. This one is my newest, the one I just won from the Hanging On Tight tour. I won this one, I think about a month or two ago. That one was for a memorial race. This one I'm definitely most proud of. It's been like a long 8 months of battling for it, so I'm really proud of that one.
I'm sure, and you also have a jacket back here. What's this from?
Yeah, so this is my Little Britches coat from 2023, I believe.
Wow.
So yeah, it has like my back number and everything that I qualified for up here, and that year that I went, I came out 7th in the nation for Rookie of the Year, so that was really, really fun and very, it was just so fun. It was a lot of work.
It sounds like it. Very remarkable. You just talked about 8 months, but then also years of work that you've been pouring into this. What does it look like when you're not at a race itself?
I think a lot of people would think that it's very hardcore, very, just, like countless nights of training, which it is, but I like to give my horses breaks sometimes. I like to take them on trail rides and do the fun things with them because, they deserve that break too. And I really enjoy doing work with them when I'm not rodeoing, but I think just the slow work and getting a bond with them and creating a big sense of trust is my favorite thing.
And what's next? What's your new goals after having this one met?
Well, I'm going to continue to rodeo. While I go to college, I'm going to go and become a vet, so I'm really excited for that. But I'm going to continue to rodeo while I do that, and then hopefully one day I want to make it to the NFR.
That would be amazing. I hope we can have you back on then.
Yes.
Tell me, you still have a lot of time left, as you said, to compete.
Yeah.
What about for kids in this area that are maybe that kid like you were on the merry-go-round interested in rodeo? What would you say to them? How can they get involved in such a unique sport?
Yeah. There's so many barns around here that you can take lessons from, and that's how I got into it. And I think that rodeo is just a very demanding but such a rewarding sport, and I think that anybody who has even thought about it should try it because it's very addicting, and it's once you get into it, it's pretty easy to grow a love for it and want to continue to do it. So I would say if you have a little, even just the tiniest desire to try it, that you should.
And Kinley, I know that this is not something that you've just been able to do by yourself, but you've had a lot of support. Is there anyone that you want to thank that have gotten you here today?
Yeah, of course. So I have so many sponsors, but Andrew Burham at RTM Logistics is the biggest sponsor that I have. I signed a 3-year contract with him, and he's just been so amazing. Cole Stickle at Stickle LLC, he's my favorite by far. He's been the best. He's my brother, but he's the absolute best. Chris Dykes at Siteworks, he has been here since I started and wanted to do it. And then just so many other anonymous sponsors. And then of course, like my family, my mom, and she's gotten me everywhere that I've needed to go. And I have a very, very supportive boyfriend, and everybody else that's just been around me has been so amazing and so uplifting. And even competitors, the girl that placed second right behind me, she gave me one fight for it, but we're all just we all help each other out. So I'm very thankful for everybody.
Yes, well, congratulations to you, Kinley. We're so glad you could join us today, and hopefully, like I said, in the future, we can get you back on when you're accomplishing even bigger and more exciting goals.
Thank you so much.
The University of Iowa released its 5th annual climate report. It's a major collaboration between colleges across the state that analyzes climate change and how it's affecting Iowans. Jonas Evans explains why this year's focus is on increased property taxes and how farmers could be impacted.
Each year, the University of Iowa releases a climate statement,
The Earth's temperatures are generally going upward.
reporting on how Iowans are being impacted by climate change.
The number of billion-dollar disasters continues to grow.
This year, the topic is property insurance, as extreme weather raises rates across the country.
And the reinsurance industry is that which insures the insurers They tie their rates to national and international risks that are being driven by climate change.
For homeowners in the Quad City area, flash floods have raised rates across the board, and the situation only gets more complicated for farmers.
I think most of us remember what farm fields looked like after the derecho, with mile after mile of corn that was flattened in the field.
When it comes to battling back against those conditions, experts suggest improved infrastructure.
When there are new development projects, they should have better regulation regarding, fire, flooding, better materials, not just quick and cheap. Property owners do have a lot of opportunities to convert to lower carbon options and more secure insurance. So some of these include building or reinforcing your property using fortified construction standards.
Property insurance rates have gone up 8% in the U.S. this year, and experts from the study say they expect that number to keep rising. For WQAD News 8, I'm Jonas Evans.
Well, that's all for today. Thanks for joining us on this week's episode of Ag on 8. We'll see you back here next week.